Hey guys, welcome back. Doing something a little bit different here. And I've got a CRKT folder. It's the Fossil design. The Fossil Coma design. Yep. And CRKT across there. And I've had this knife for a very long time. Oh, I should say very long. I've had it for about 2 years, and it's been part of my EDC setup since I've gotten it. And I decided to go ahead and get something a little bit different. And that's where this Gerber Mini Butcher came into play. I wanted something similar to a butcher knife. Oh, not butcher knife. Similar to a box knife. And this was the closest thing I could come to be able to use. And as you can tell, the hand, oh, of course everything's different. But this one used to be a kind of like a kukri style blade. And this one's of course the butcher blade. And one thing that stuck out a lot about this knife though, on why I got it, is because of how comfortable this handle is. And I'm wanting to keep that handle. And this one, the handle is very squared off, and it's still rounded with a bevel on some of this, but it still feels very blocky. So what I'm going to do, which I'm sure some of you guys have already thought, are already thinking what I'm thinking, I'm going to try to take this blade and put it on this handle, and this blade and put it on this handle, and see what happens. I don't know if they will interchange or not, but that's what we're going to find out. So let's go ahead and I'm going to take this one apart. Oh, and just so you guys know, both of them do strike on a ferro rod, just for future reference, if you guys ever wanted to know. Oh, they both strike. And this one, the CRKT, it definitely does. So it's they, just so that you guys know, they both do strike. So let's go ahead and tear these apart, at least one of them, and see what happens. Like I said, I really like this handle, and I really like that edge, that blade, so I really want to find out if I can even do this. I may not. Let's see if I can take it just partly apart. One scale is off. Man, oh man, is this thing doity. side, those ones to the side. Let's go ahead and take this one on apart. See, look into this one. Alright, this must be that. Oh no, this is like fiberglass or something. This cover here. And it said that this was some kind of aluminum framing. I don't know for certain, but that's what they said anyways in the description of this thing whenever I bought it. Now, I guess it may not be an issue. Alright, so I thought, like on this scale, on this CRKT, it runs with ball bearings. Tiny, tiny, tiny ball bearings. These. And they sit inside of this little indentation right here. I don't know. Yeah. They sit inside that. And I thought it was the blade. I was thinking the blade was indented down here instead of the handle. So I'll still be able to get away with it. I should be able to. I want to find out whether or not this will fit in there. But I need to clean these little races out best I can, since I got it open and all. Just trying to be tedious on cleaning this up because I want to make sure this thing is fully operational whenever I put it back together. I also just noticed on the CRKT handle, this shaft here has a key side on it. I don't know if you can see it in the video, see it real well. It has a key side, a flat surface on one side, to make sure you don't put it in wrong. That's kind of a neat ordeal. The order of putting this stuff in is key to knowing. That's the critical part of it all. Alright, so now let's see if this will actually fit in there. Nope, it will not. It needs to. Oh, well, hold on. I'll be able to put this here and make it work. I don't know. Is that even going to fit inside there? I thought you were the same size. Yeah, fits in there. What's in there? Nope, it's just not wanting to go in. Alright. Well, it was worth a shot. I mean, so I said I really like this handle. I was wanting to see if I can swap it out at least. And nope. It will not allow me. This design is just ever so askew from each other to where it will not happen. So I need to somehow or other get this stuff back together without it coming apart. So everything was looking great. I mean, even the center shaft here would interchange and everything, except it's just this upper pin placement. This pin right here, that pin placement is what is keeping me from changing it over. So it is what it is, but hey, the more you know. Man, oh man. Even though I have these things, normally carry these things in a leather pouch on my belt instead of in my pocket, these things still get ridiculously dirty. I've only had this knife here for a couple months, and it's already crazy dirty. But if it wasn't dirty, I wouldn't be using it. Yeah, see this? I don't know which would be better. The ball bearing style that CRKT has for up here, or this brass bearing, this here, or bushing, whatever it is called correctly. I don't know which one would be better, to be honest with you, because I don't have much experience in that manner. That ball bearing, it does seem to open up quite a bit better, quite a bit easier. So, as you guys probably seen, the blades do not interchange whatsoever. I wish that they did, because I really like this handle, and I'm kind of liking this blade, but they're just ever so slightly different that I can't use them. So, but it is what it is. It was just an idea I had, and I was going to go ahead and try out, but it didn't work. But my other point, one point I was wanting to make was, if you get a knife and you spend a decent amount on, I mean, granted, the cheaper knife you get, the less you're going to care about it. But nonetheless, if you get a pocket knife like this as an EDC, or whatever knife it is, you want to take care of it and take it apart, clean it real good, and make sure everything's functioning right, and be able to put it back together and be able to use it, and plus be able to sharpen it and so on. And I do suggest getting something or other. It doesn't have to be a setup like mine, like the Whetstones or anything. It could be those electric ones, but get something to sharpen your knives with. That way you always have a sharp knife. I usually, like this one here, I had to sharpen it once or so a month because of how often I had used it. And this one I only sharpened it once since I got it, and that was 4 or 6 months ago, something like that. So I've had this one for a little bit of time, and I still took it apart and I still cleaned it real well. As you guys saw, heck, there's still a little bit in here. it's still dirty. I mean, like I said, I carry these things with me all the time. Having a clean, functioning knife is just like a gun. If you don't want it to fail on you, you gotta clean it. So that's the way I go with these. Even my fixed blade knives, I clean up and everything using rubbing alcohol and Q-tips, or using cotton towels, or this is actually from an old shirt, but using something along that lines to clean, and that way it stays clean, stays fresh, and it will last longer. It won't start rusting out and pitting out on you while it's being used, or in storage, or whatever it is. So I want to move on to video verse, and we'll go ahead and scat on out of here. Sorry for the matted up hair. This little bit has been taking place several days after I first started recording this video, because I got distracted with a bunch of life stuff. So my hair's a little messed up, especially over here, cowlick. But this one is in Matthew 25, 1 through 13. And it says, "Then the kingdom of heaven will be like 10 bridesmaids, who took their lamps and went to meet the bridegroom. 5 of them were foolish, and 5 were wise. The 5 who were foolish didn't take enough olive oil for their lamps, but the other 5 were wise enough to take along extra oil. When the bridegroom was delayed, they all became drowsy and fell asleep. At midnight they were roused by the shout, 'Look, the bridegroom is coming. Come out and meet him.' All the bridesmaids got up and prepared their lamps. Then the 5 foolish ones asked the others, 'Please give us some of your oil, because our lamps are going out.' But the others replied, 'We don't have enough for all of us. Go to a shop and buy some for yourselves.' But while they were gone to buy oil, the bridegroom came. Then those who were ready went in with him to the marriage feast, and the door was locked. Later, when the other 5 bridesmaids returned, they stood outside calling, 'Lord, Lord, open the door for us.' But he called back, 'Believe me, I don't know you. So you too must keep watch, for you do not know the day or the hour of my return.'" And that was Jesus speaking in Matthew 25, 1 through 13. I will see you in the next one.